perhaps you've heard of this little story that's going around. There is a two-time Grammy-nominated artist, Christian artist, named Bobbi Storm. If you haven't heard of her, here she is.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Bobbi Storm, or like we say here in Detroit, what up, though? So we are in downtown Detroit at the Little Caesars Arena getting ready for all of the amazing acts to come up.
Now, that's Bobbi. Now, let me just say this because it's just me. It's how I am. I've got daughters. She's 36, so she's a few years older than my oldest. Me, listen, all the stuff out, it just says something when you're a Christian artist, and so I think we could do better with the dressing. That's just me. That's just me being a father, being a grandfather. That's just, I guess I'm too old. But that's her. I've never heard of her before. But then again, I haven't heard of most of the newer artists. I'm still stuck in the 80s. Y'all forgive me. I still listen to a lot of older stuff from the 80s. Some 90s. Every now and then some stuff that's recently. And I'm talking about across all different genres. I don't really get into the new stuff. Lord knows I don't get into the new R&B and rap and what have you. I don't do that. But the Christian stuff, I get introduced to the people just kind of a drip by drip, little bit by little bit. Never heard of her, but good for her. She's been nominated. But what's making her go viral, what's making people talk about her, is what happened on the plane.
Starting right now on the billboard. I can sit down and I'll sit down. The seatbelt signs off. The seatbelt signs off. It's not a disturbance.
I don't know if you're telling her to be quiet or what. I don't know that you have to be.
You can have a seat. Okay, so watch me.
That you have to be quiet. He's telling her to have a seat, but the seatbelt sign is off. So to some degree, I understand what she's saying. Now, you're on their plane. And so when you're on their plane, they do get to make up the rules, even if the rules they're kind of stretched, because sometimes people just want to, act as though they're in control. So I can understand that, but you still have to go by the rules of their plane. It's their plane. This is Delta. It's not Bobbi's plane. It's Delta's. And then if you report it, they might do something. But again, listen to what they're saying, because if they think that you are causing a disturbance, well, then they can escort you off, and you don't want the hassle that goes with that. But so she says, I'll sit back down. She did have a few little snide remarks back to him, but I can kind of understand that.
That's him. So I used to sing on planes a long time ago. I just found out I'm up for 2 Grammys. My very first time, you guys. My name is Bobbi Storm.
Clearly, she's excited. That's fine. I don't know what it's like to be up for Grammys. Would have no idea. I'd imagine I'd be just as excited too. Not that I would necessarily want to go on a plane and sing before everybody, but let me just let this play out some so you guys kind of hear what's happening.
And I'm up for 2 Grammys. I sing for the Lord, and my song is out on all platforms. It's called We Can't Forget Him. Michael McDonald cleared it. Warren G is on the original record as well. It's with Regulators. I want to share this with you guys. I wanted to do it when I first got on the plane, but I was like, I haven't done this in a while. I've gotten to the next status, so.
Are you able to be quiet?
But they're enjoying it. So while we're sitting here, could I please?
I'm not enjoying it, so I'm asking.
Now, let me ask you guys a question. Who was wrong here? Should she have just went back and just be quiet, because she didn't have to go back there and just shut up, just pipe down. And so he seems to be at this point, brother, listen, I understand you're a flight attendant. If you're having a hard day, you might want to call in for a sick day. You might want to take a little bit of time out. But yeah, I think at least at this point, he is being a little bit rude. And yeah, I think he is kind of escalating the situation. And surely he's dealt with really, truly unruly passengers in the past. She's not unruly. She might be smelling herself a little bit. She might be a little bit full of herself a little bit, a little happy. And as she said, with 2 Grammys nominated, I can see why she's a bit proud of that. I don't know that he ought to be thinking about this, but I don't know, maybe someone told him, could you shut her up? Maybe he's just sensing it. Maybe he's just taking their place. He's a bit irked, and so he assumes that everyone else will be irked. I don't know. I don't know, but I just thought the way that he kind of approached her, I didn't really like that.
Can you be quiet?
Okay, well,
that's a yes or no answer, please.
Am I going to go to jail if I don't?
Can you please answer my question? Are you willing and able to be quiet right now?
I'm doing what the Lord is telling me to do.
I'm asking you a question, yes or no. I'm your flight leader. I need you to follow my instruction.
Okay.
My instruction for you to answer my question. Are you able to be quiet?
What do you guys think?
Now, okay, this is the point. It's almost as though he's demanding that she answer him Well, listen, you work for the plane. You're not the pilot. You are a flight attendant, and yes, you are supposed to listen to the directions of them. And then if something escalates and he needs to go get the person that's actually in charge of the flight, the actual leader, which is the pilot. And so I think he was wrong on that regard. I don't know. What do you guys think? But then her response, I think that she also messed up because her response was, what do you guys think? I don't think that was the proper response either. Listen, have an adult conversation with the two. If I'm doing something wrong, I apologize. I'm not trying to cause a disturbance. I'm just extra-sided, whatever. But I think that both of them could have handled it better. And I think this is where she might have gone maybe a little too far as well.
I'm asking you, ma'am.
I'm asking you guys. What do you guys
Okay.
think?
If you're not able to follow my instruction, you will not be taking this flight.
Okay.
Are
so
you
that's
able
all I
to
was
be
asking.
quiet?
If that's the case, then that's fine. If you were the
So that's
person
yes.
in charge of it all.
I'm your flight leader, yes.
If you were the person in charge
Okay.
of it all, then that's
Okay,
fine.
all right. Thank you.
So I'll sing it on the low for y'all in the back. If that's
She is bound and determined to sing this song, so I'll just sing it on the low, so.
All right. So the song is called We Can't Forget Them. All right. And you can download it. I don't know the issue. No one else has ever had an issue, but it's Father, I thank you for each day in my life. I realize I don't need anything. I need you by my side. Shine your light.
Okay, a couple things. She can sing, which is fine. Of course, I would assume that if you have a Grammy-nominated album or what have you, or you're a Grammy-nominated singer, then you should be able to sing. And so she wants everybody to know. Now, what she ought to do, she's really trying to market herself. I'm not sure if that's going to get her over the hump, if that's going to get the Grammy in her by making sure that everyone knows. But she is bound and determined. Let me just say this. There is a passage that I think is applicable. There's always an applicable passage, right? But here we go to Romans 14:16. Therefore, do not let what is for you a good thing be spoken of as evil. When you have an opportunity, when something that is not a sin, it's a good thing. And I think that, people recognizing you singing, that's a good thing. Now, I'm not sure what the song is about. I can't speak to, is it really godly? Are the lyrics good or bad? I don't have no idea. Have no idea. But sometimes it's just better for people to think of you as a good Christian versus being thought of as a good Christian singer.
I try to pretend I can do without you, but I'll be out of my mind, doing things my way, losing faith.
Now, I don't know who's listening to the side of her. They don't speak here. They don't speak English. They're in their own little world. But I don't know. I can't read the room out there, so I don't know what's happening there for people. Some might be listening, some might not. Some folks might be saying, hey, listen, could you shut her up?
That this battle is not mine, it's yours. I keep forgetting we gotta learn the hard way. I keep forgetting we can't forget it.
But does it seem weird though? It does kind of seem weird. Let's be honest. It seems weird that you want to just sing to these people. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good, but it seems a bit weird for this to be taking place.
So just so you know, if you're on this flight, you have been, thank you so much. You got to clap on the low. I know. Thank you so much. So look up Maverick City. Maverick City has an album out right now.
Now, again, my thing is this. I don't have a problem with her at all. I have a problem with what seems like a little bit of an entitled attitude that I have the right to get up and sing. But now she didn't really go too far with it. She did take her place and she did speak back. She is an adult. And so she does have the right to say, hey, listen, am I doing something wrong? And will I be arrested? Will I be kicked off his flight? I think that he went a little bit too far in his approach. Whatever happened to the day where customer service people actually wanted to serve the customer with a smile? Service with a smile has gone away, huh? Especially on planes. Now, full disclosure, I haven't been on a regular flight in some time. The last flight that I was on, let's just say it wasn't the greatest of flights. It's what we call Con Air. This is where they have you shackled. They have you bound and shackled, and they put you on a plane with a few hundred other inmates who are bound and shackled. It's not the best of flights. It's not the most comfortable. We are crammed in there. I mean, packed. The guy beside me, one guy to the left of me, he was a regular sized guy. The guy to the right of me, pretty big fellow. So wasn't the best flight. So my history, recent history with flights hadn't been the best. And so maybe things have changed. I don't know. But I would think this, that when you want to go before people and you want folks to see what you're doing, I think what you want to do is you want folks to see that you are a good Christian. You want to be humble. I understand that you just got your nomination. I would be excited too. But the Bible says God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. I'm not saying that she's necessarily being proud. She's maybe just being excited. But some part of it does come off a bit being proud because you want people to know who you are. Let me just say this also, and this is a passage that every one of us should govern ourselves by. It says, whether you eat or drink or sing on a plane, whatever you do, do it all to the glory of God. Or even if you are a stewardess or a flight attendant, I'm not sure if I'm saying it the right way, whatever you do, do it to the glory of God. Give no offense either to the Greek or to the Jew or to the church, just as I also please all men in all things, not seeking my own profit. This is what I think Bobby ought to listen to a little bit more. So of many, I'm not seeking my profit, but the profit of many, so that they may be saved. I want to present a godly presentation, not a godly Christian presentation. I don't want you to see me as a Christian singer. I don't want you to see me as a Christian this, a Christian plumber, as a Christian pilot, as a Christian carpenter. I want you to see me as a Christian. And I think that's what she probably ought to, because God is going to exalt her if he deems so. But you lifting yourself up, there's just a way to do things kind of in a graceful fashion. And I know things have changed a little bit, but it's not going to be a good look for her. As a matter of fact, the overwhelming majority of the comments about her aren't that good. Now, again, I think he was also wrong, but she was too. What do you think?